Hi readers! Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 most anticipated book releases for next month, February 2021. There is actually a lot of books coming out next month, so it was a little difficult to narrow it down to just 10. But you know me, they're mostly fantasy, YA, and other genre type books, although there are a couple in there that might surprise you. In case you don't know me, my name is Chris. I do 1-minute book reviews, book release videos, and all sorts of bookish stuff. So again, before we jump in, these are not all the books being released in February, of course, and they are in no particular order other than by publication date. So let's jump in with number 1, which is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. Now, Kristen Hanna is a best-selling author, and you may recognize her name from her super popular books, Firefly Lane, and then also The Nightingale, which I just picked up recently. This newest book by Hanna is about a woman that is living in Texas during the Great Depression, where her marriage and her farm are both dying, and she needs to decide whether to stay and fight for her farm and her family, or pack up and move out west to California to try and make a better life. According to Amazon, it says, The Four Winds is a rich, sweeping novel that stunningly brings to life the Great Depression and the people that lived through it, the harsh realities that divide us as a nation, and the enduring battle between the haves and the have-nots. So despite the time period, it actually sounds like this book may have some themes that are still relevant in our world today. So I really hope that I can get around to reading this book at some point in time. So if you're interested in reading it, The Four Winds will be released on February 2nd. Number 2 on my list is going to be The Afterlife of the Party by Marlene Perez. So this is the first book in a new YA series, and based on the blurb, it says it's about a young girl who goes to a concert, gets bitten by the band's lead singer, who happens to be a vampire. Now she's on the road with her best friends, trying to track down these vampire baddies. I love me a good vampire story. I was a fan of Twilight, the Charlene Harris, Sookie Stackhouse books. So this sounds really cute, really fun, and I love a good YA vampire tale. The publisher who released this, Entangled Teen, has been putting out a lot of great books recently, so I'm hopeful that this book will live up to the hype. If you're interested, The Afterlife of the Party will be released on February 2nd. Number 3, we have Fat Chance Charlie Vega by Crystal Maldonado. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. As it says on Amazon, this book is a coming of age as a fat brown girl in a white Connecticut suburb is hard. Harder when your whole life is on fire, though. As someone who grew up in the Connecticut suburbs, I feel like this book really speaks to me personally, and I absolutely love the cover of this book because I think it's a great way to represent that beauty comes in all sizes. Any book that promotes body positivity is definitely something that I think is important, so I think this book sounds absolutely adorable, and I can't wait to read it. If you're interested, Fat Chance Charlie Vega comes out on February 2nd. Number 4 is The Iron Raven by Julie Kagawa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You might recognize her name if you've read her popular Iron Fae trilogy, which consisted of The Iron King, The Iron Knight, and The Iron Queen. This newest book is supposed to be a spin-off from that original series and focuses on a fan favorite character, the prankster Puck. It says that this is book 1, so I'm assuming that there will probably be another at least trilogy of books here. Because it's a spin-off, I feel like you should probably read the original series first. But if you're interested in just this tale, The Iron Raven does come out on February 9th. Number 5 is going to be The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This book has been so hyped up and has I've seen it all over Bookstagram all of last year. Now that this book is actually coming out, though, I have seen some mixed reviews about it, which makes me nervous. But according to the blurb, this sounds really interesting. This story features 16-year-old Deka, who, during her village's blood ceremony, discovers that she is different and will face consequences worse than death. Then, a mysterious woman comes to her with a choice. Stay in her village and submit to her fate, or leave her village and fight for the emperor in an army of girls that are just like her. Girls who are near immortal and have rare gifts and are the only ones who can protect the empire's greatest threat. Now, this definitely gives me Dora Milaje vibes, and if you aren't familiar with the Dora Milaje, if you've seen the Black Panther movie, those are his badass women warriors that protect him. So I'm willing to give any book a chance, and it sounds really cool to me. So hopefully, whenever I get around to reading it, I will enjoy it. If you're interested in checking out this one, The Gilded Ones will be released on February 9th. Number 6 is Raphael by Laurel K. Hamilton. So this is the latest book in the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series, and apparently this is the 28th book in that series. 28th. I had no idea there were that many books in this series, honestly, because I have not read most of them. But this particular tale focuses on Raphael, who is the king of the werecats and who must fight to the death to defend his crown. He will ask Anita to risk everything to be at his side. Full disclosure, like I said, I have not read this series, but it sounds super fun, and I am looking for a new fun vampire series. So if you're someone that's interested in vampire series or continuing with this series, Raphael will be released on February 9th. Number 7 is going to be A Game Changer by Neal Shusterman. Again, this name may sound familiar to you because he's written a bunch of books, including his popular Scythe series. This brand new story is about a young football player named Ash who takes a hit during a game and finds himself bounced into another dimension, and then another dimension, and so on and so on. Things quickly spiral out of control as Ash slides into universes where he has everything he's ever wanted, universes where society is stuck in the past, and universes where he finds himself looking at life through different eyes. This book claims to take on some of the most important themes of our time and asks big questions about our role in the universe. So at face value, this sounds incredible. I know that some of his past works have had mixed reviews, but I still have very high hopes for this new one. It sounds very ambitious. Yeah, I really hope that this book turns out to be everything that it claims to be. If you are interested in Game Changer, it comes out on February 9th. So now we're on number 8, and of course, you knew I was going to mention it, and that is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Probably one of the most highly anticipated books of all of 2021. I believe that this is the 4th book in Sarah Maas's super popular A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Again, this book has been super hyped up, although I know some people were a little disappointed with the cover. I can see that because I have the first book here and it's got such pretty vibrant colors with the red. So I do think that the gray and the orange was an odd choice, but I don't know. Anywho, this next chapter allegedly focuses more on Nesta and Cassian. And again, I really hope that this book lives up to the hype for all you guys that love her stories. So if you were dying to read A Court of Silver Flames, it will be released on February 16th. Number 9 is going to be The Russian Cage by Charlaine Harris. Now, I am sad to say that I have not actually heard of the series until I was looking into what books were being released next month. So this is actually the 3rd and final book in a trilogy that Harris was writing that sounds super fun. So let me just read you the blurb that is here on Amazon. So, set in a fractured United States in the southwestern county now known as Texoma, a world where magic is acknowledged but mistrusted, especially by a young gunslinger named Lisbeth. Battered by a run across the border to Mexico, Lisbeth takes a job offer from a pair of Russian wizards to be their local guide and gunslinger. For the wizards, Gunny has already acquired a fearsome reputation, and they're at a desperate crossroads, even if they won't admit it. They're searching through the small border towns near Mexico, trying to locate a low-level magic practitioner. The wizards believe that this person is a direct descendant of Rasputin, and that their blood can help save a young Tsar's life. So, I mean, doesn't that sound incredible? So I'm really sad that I had never heard of this trilogy before, but it's definitely something I'm going to be on the look for when I do my bargain book hunting or the next time I happen to be in Barnes & Noble. So, yes, if you are already started on this series, you can get this third and final book, The Russian Cage, when it's released on February 23rd. So finally, that brings me to number 10, which is going to be The Desolations of Devil's Acre by Ransom Riggs. This is the 6th and allegedly final book in the Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children series. According to the blurb, it says, the fate of everything hangs in the balance, and Jacob and his friends will face deadly enemies and race through history's most dangerous loops in this thrilling page-turner. I read the first book in this series, the original Miss Peregrine's, and I really enjoyed it. I knew there were a few sequels, but I didn't realize that they were already up to book 6. So it looks like I have some reading to do before I can catch up and read this one. But if you're already up to date on the series, you can pick up your copy of The Desolations of Devil's Acre when it's released on February 23rd. So that was 10, but before I end, I do have one honorable mention, and that is this book that was originally going to be on my list, but I was lucky enough to be given a copy of this book, so I figured I would put something else in its place. And that is this Terry Goodkind Omnibus, which is a collection of all 5 books that are in the Children of Dahara series. Again, these 5 novellas were originally released separately over the past 2 years, but now you can read the whole series all at once in this giant book. Even though I have the first 2 books of the original, I was still really excited when I heard that this was coming out because Terry Goodkind is one of my favorites and I just buy everything that he comes out with. So this book, The Children of Dahara Omnibus, will be available on February 4th. So again, those are my picks for February 2021. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up so that I know to do more in the future. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. I do new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and sometimes on Fridays. I'm working on a lot of new videos for this year, so I really appreciate you guys' support. So I hope you'll stick around and join me in the fun. So I hope everyone has a sparkling day. Bye, readers.